Hey folks, and welcome to week number 2 of getting your shit together for 2025. Welcome, it is Monday the 9th of December, or maybe you are watching this on a different day, but this is the day that it got released. Week number 2, let's get straight into this because I'm psyched. Okay, so you just spent the first week auditing yourself, auditing your online portfolio and basically polishing everything up so now you look super pro. This week is all about creating a media kit or your portfolio. What is the difference, Natasha? I assume people know, but just for the people that don't know. So a media kit, I'm going to say only one type of person uses a media kit, and it's an influencer. The second thing is a portfolio, and that is going to be anybody who creates digital or physical product. So if you're a digital creator, i.e. videographer, photographer, if you just call yourself content creator, a bit like I do, because I do a bit of everything and I can't be bothered to separate it out. A UGC creator. If you are any of those people, you make a digital product that you need to put on display for people to see and go and check you out, then you are going to be making a portfolio. So media kit, portfolio. The biggest difference will now be explained. I'm going to go for the portfolio first because first of all, it does the biggest capture of people, and it's also very much in the place that I work personally. So your portfolio is basically showing off what you do. So if you're a photographer or a videographer, well, okay, if you do any digital content or creation, you are going to have either a website, some kind of fancy little flip digital book or something, or a PDF, or you create mood boards, depending on how you're pitching yourself. So it's some kind of display of your work. That's a portfolio. A media kit, just to let you in on a secret, I have both. Not that I pitch myself as an influencer, but a lot of times I am applying to brands and they often send me to the influence because I say I'm a digital content creator and I want to create content for them. And then they'll often give me the link to their affiliate or to be like an ambassador or an affiliate. And then when I'm in there, they always want you to upload a media kit. So I made one, even though I don't work as an influencer. I made a media kit, but I make sure that in the application, I just say, that I am not actually applying as a influencer, that I'm applying as a content creator, because this is what I am pitching them to do for them. So you can't always get, the email address of the marketing person that you need to send the stuff to. So sometimes they just divert you off to those pages, and it's super annoying, and I know, but it's the reality of life. Media kit. What is a media kit? Okay, a media kit is going to have all the numbers that signify why you would be important for that brand to collaborate with you. I'm going to break it all down. So get a pen and paper, sit down. If you're an influencer and you want to build a media kit and you're like, I have no idea where to start or what to include, now is your moment. First of all, you need to get on top of your numbers. So you go to the platforms that you have your audience. Let's just pick Instagram for now. You need to go to that platform and just go to the analytics and pull out your numbers. It is all in there. If you're not sure, kind of find a little YouTube video or something about where to go, or Google it or whatever. If you have linked your Instagram account to Facebook, for example, you can actually Facebook, then the studio suite, the manager suite, whatever it's called. I can't remember. I really hate Facebook, so hey, the news is out. But anyway, it does have better analytics than if you sit in Instagram app itself. So if you have them linked, go to the Facebook suite and do it there. YouTube has an amazing analytics in your studio. So go into your channel studio and then just grab all your analytics there. They are so good. I get absolutely rabbit holed into analytics in YouTube because it's so good. Right, grab your numbers. Now the numbers that I want you to get are things like your follower number or your subscriber number, whatever it is that you have that number for. So how many people are following your content? Your reach. It should have all this. It will have like percentages and numbers and things. So you want your reach, and that will be like a weekly or monthly reach, or you want to break it down like that. You're going to then have impressions or engagement. So basically, you want to have your engagement number might not necessarily be very high, but that's fine because platforms like that are kind of a little bit flaky. It's quite hard to keep engagement up. So unless you're really pro at these kind of things, your engagement might sound kind of low, but trust me, if you're like 3% or higher, well done. So put your engagement in there. It's really important. And probably the very, very most important number it's not a number. The most important information you need to put in your media kit, other than explaining about who you are, is going to be your consumer demographics. So the demographics, which is basically age, location, and gender of everybody that consumes your content. This is so important to a brand when they are looking to collaborate with an influencer. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you a really extreme example. So you live in France and all of your content is in French. All your reels, all your posts, all your captions, anything you write ever, it's always in French. And the bulk of your audience comes from France. And then you have maybe like a little bit of your percentage is like French Canadian or something, or I don't know, French somewhere else. So, your demographic is going to be that your location are basically French French countries. Then the age, maybe you're early 20s and your demographic is kind of between the age of 18 to 25 or something, and that the main gender that follows you are females versus male. Then there is no point in you pitching to Men's Health in in the UK, right? Completely pointless. And I think you can see the obvious reasons why. So just be aware that your demographic is going to be a massive selling point, and it will be something that brands will look at first when they are analyzing influencers to work with, because they want to make sure that what it is that they are paying you to sell for them is going to the audience that because they have a target audience. Trust me, you might not have realized you have a target audience, but they do. They are going to collaborate with you because your target audience matches theirs. End of story. So that's like one of the most important things to put in there. Another thing that will give you extra bonus points for on your media kit is if you have any kind of testimonials or some kind of like message from a past client that you partnered with, or work that you can show from previous partnerships. On mine, for example, mine's kind of like a 2-page media kit because I don't actually work as an influencer. But what I'm trying to portray to them is basically what it is I do and what it is that I've done in the past as to why I'm now contacting them to work with them and align, because what I do aligns with what they do and my demographics probably work with theirs. So that's a really good thing to include is past partnerships or any testimonials from those partnerships that you might want to include in it. You're obviously going to also write about who you are and what you offer in your media kit, but I'm just kind of giving you First of all, I went through the numbers, but now let's just confirm what you're going to write. So testimonials are really, really good. Past partnerships, maybe a little list of companies and brands that you've worked with in the past. Also, maybe some images. If you've got some images of stuff, work that you made with those partnerships, fantastic, put those into. So work that you've done and any kind of help that gets you the gig from, it's basically your resume. So instead of them having to call up your previous employer, they've got testimonials from partnerships that you've already completed. So it's a really good way for them to see the work that you've done and whether they want to collaborate with you and do work of a similar kind of caliber. Really, really important as well. Don't forget to put your handle on your media kit. So whatever platforms you're on, be it Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, not Twitter, X, anything like that, always put your handles and make it really clean and clear. Like, keep the information clean and clear. I can't stress how important that is, because when you start dealing with analytical stuff, it can get really confusing. So don't put in graphs. Do not put in a graph that's like showing the rise to success. Put in numbers. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it safe. That's the best way to do it. So you've got your handles. Make sure you proofread this thing too. Do not have spelling mistakes. Okay? Give it to your mum, your aunt, your dog, whatever. Whoever's better than you at grammar and spelling, give it to them. Or use, which we all know is available everywhere you go, something like Grammarly, to just check that your grammar is correct. You can get a free version of that. It installs, it's a plugin. Just put it in there and get it to check. Spell check, basically. Spell check. It's really important, because if there's spelling mistakes, it's going to ruin your credibility just a little bit. Not massively, but just a little bit. And everyone makes spelling mistakes. It's totally human. It's fine. But just catch it before you send it out. Okay, I'm going to give you a little rundown of everything I just talked about, because it's pretty in depth, right? So starting at number 1, and this is mainly for if you're doing a media kit. So it's for all the influencers out there. I'm sorry, digital content creators. I can get to you in a minute, but this one, just is tab it. This one's for influencers. Number 1, get on top of your numbers. I'm just going to literally read my notes. Screw it, right? I'm reading my notes here. Get on top of your numbers. All collaborations will want to see a media kit. Okay, so you need to get on top of your numbers. That's number 1. So number 2, this is what to include in the media kit: who you are, what you can offer, your social media statistics, i.e. your following numbers, your reach, impressions, engagement, and consumer demographics, i.e. age, gender, location. Okay? Number 3, use your social accounts to pull these statistics. So if you don't know where to start, go to your social media accounts, grab the statistics, write them all down, and get them into your media kit. Okay, you get extra bonuses for any case studies or testimonials from past partnerships. So pop them into your media kit. Was that number 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Number 5, make it clean. So use Canva to help you. So yeah, if you don't know where to start, if you're like, damn it, Tasha, I have never written a media kit in my life. I don't even know what to make it look like. I don't know where to put the bullet points. I don't know where to put my pictures. Go to canva.com, because Canva is your friend. Type in the search media kit. You can put template if you want, but probably don't need to. Media kit. They have tons and tons and tons and tons of really awesome free media kits, or you can choose to buy their pro plan. I use the free one because honestly, I also use Photoshop, so I'm pretty proficient in kind of graphic design. So I use Canva for some things and I use Photoshop for others, but Canva is awesome. So if you don't know where to start, go to canva.com, grab a media kit and start pulling it around. You can move all of the pieces on Canva. So if you just like the layout, grab that and get going. So no excuses now. Go to Canva, get it. What was the next thing? I can't remember what number we're on. But don't make spelling mistakes. Check your grammar, proofread. Last but not least, include your social media handles. There you go. That's how to create a media kit. Hope you took notes on that, because otherwise just rewind and go back. That's the beauty of the day. You can just go drag that line back. If you're making a portfolio, so a portfolio is basically a collection of your best work. Your best, highlight that word, it's your best work. A lot of people argue about the number of that best work. So let's say you're a photographer and you're building a website and you have made your little tab menu for portfolio. Firstly, let's go with, do I separate it into genres? I would say the answer is yes. Because if you've just directed a customer to go and look at your website, let's say, for example, you do mainly studio work. They're going to want to see the difference between your studio work for fashion versus beauty, because it's two very different genres. Okay, so make sure that it's labeled fashion. Make sure then you have a separate label for beauty, because the work clearly looks different. Okay, and you're not, if you're a fashion brand, you're not going to go and look at the beauty. Okay, they want it like that. They want to just look at your website and get the information that you sent them there for. Ideally, if you're sending a fashion brand, for example, your portfolio, then literally link it to the gallery. Like, don't just say, go and look at my portfolio, and then you just link your main homepage of your website. Send them to the gallery that you want them to see those images. Okay, it will speed up the process, and the customer will be a lot happier knowing that they're looking at the content that you want to create for them. All right, get specific, get really detailed, pinpoint it. Think about if you were the person on the other end and you're getting all these emails all day long. You want to know, is this photographer the kind of person that I want to employ for this particular job? All right, and the easiest way to answer that question really fast is to take them exactly to the thing that you're trying to sell them to get that job. Okay, so don't send them around the bush a million times. All right, just send them directly to where they need to go. Get really pinpoint stuff. Like, I can't express to you how important it is to really pinpoint where you want to get people to go, where you want to send their focus. Okay, don't let them get distracted, because they don't have time to be distracted by loads of stuff. Send them where you want them to see your work. So portfolios, get really, really specific on what it is you're pitching to that client. Now, portfolios can come in many ways. They can be your website. They could be a mood board of the work that you want to create for that brand specifically. Or they could be like a PDF of some of the best work that you have. So I'm going to keep with the fashion brand. Okay, so you're pitching to a fashion brand and you have, maybe 4 different genres of photography that you kind of specialize in, but you are pitching to a fashion brand. So you're going to take all your fashion work, dump it into a nice fancy PDF. And it could just literally be a page of just like all your pictures, like a mood board, just plonk them in there and send it. Or put that image into the email itself. So when they open up the email, they can see like images straight away. So portfolios are very different. You don't need to worry about, your statistics and your numbers. Don't get wrapped up in that. You don't need to. So you are just building something that is visually selling you and what you create and what you can offer the brand. I hope that's all really clear for you. So this week, now that your accounts and your profiles are nice and clean and you look hot and sexy, it's time for you to put all your work together. So next week, we can start working on emails. Okay, I want to put together something where you feel by the end of this month, you are clear about who you are, what you do, how to put it into an email, and how to contact a client and start reaching out. Okay, that's the aim of this month, so that come January, you feel really confident in what you're doing and the kind of clients that you want to pull in because you fully understand what it is that you offer to them. Okay. If you have any questions, please, please, please put them in the comments below and I will do my utmost to answer them. I promise. Take care, work hard. You've got a full week to get these numbers together. You've got a full week. I promise you, it takes a day. Honestly, a media kit you can put together in a day. But I'm giving you a week, guys, okay? Because you probably have a full-time job on top of this. So go get your shit together. Let's meet back here Monday next week for the next installment. And let's get this stuff going because I want you guys to be successful next year, okay? I want you to kick ass, be successful, and own this life. Yeah. Anyway, good luck. Let me know if you need help.